welcome back to another speed build. If you're new, I'm Kayla, and if you're coming back, thanks. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to my channel. So for today, I have a family style house. Right now, I usually work on the front of the house before I do anything, but for this house, I kind of had a different plan. I am building a living room that is 2 stories, and it has a 2-story window in it, and I think it turned out really good. I built this because I wanted the focal point of this room to actually be the pool. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm building a deck for this pool that I'm going to put in. And what is also really cool is I have the for the upstairs, it has like a balcony type area, or like a loft, so you can see down into the sitting room that I'm building right now that faces the pool. Sorry about that. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but my washer and dryer is beeping at me. Too bad you can't turn off laundry in real life like you can in The Sims. God, that would be amazing. But anyway, so the house is starting to come together, and it's kind of a big house, but when you actually see the floor plan, it's really not that big. I think this house only has 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. It does, however, have a lot of living space. So when you first walk into the house, that is the sitting room that you're looking at. And I originally had a TV and stuff placed in there, but I actually just turned it into like a formal sitting room, or like somewhere they could go and just talk or whatever. And then I have a kitchen, and the kitchen and the dining room are kind of open to each other, and then they have like a actual living room that goes out to the patio to where the pool is. The backyard is actually very busy. They have the deck with the pool in it, and then they also have a patio, and in the back of the yard in the corner I added a little fire pit. So there's a lot of activities in this house. I really like the way it turned out. And also with this house, I used a lot of colors. Usually I like to stick with, browns and warm neutral colors like white and gray. But I added some color to this house, and to my surprise, I actually really liked it. I usually don't do that, but I had a good time with it. What I did not have a good time with is the roofing. As you can see, I struggled so much with the roof on this house, but the back of the house where the big window is, I used 2 different style roofs. I used like the triangle roof and then like the half gable roof, and they came together so perfectly. I did kind of struggle too with the floor plan for this house just because it was such an awkward shape, but I did have to switch it up a little bit, but it did come together and it flows really well. Now for the family that lives in this house, I built this for the fiancés. This is the female's parents and her brother and her sister. Her sister actually lives in university, so she's not in this household, but I do have her mom and her dad living here with their son, her brother. And the storyline that I've kind of created and built this house around tells the story that I'm trying to perceive. So for her brother, I had the idea that he was, slightly immature. He lives at home still. He's not working, or if he is working, he works like a part-time job. He likes to go out on the weekends and maybe even the weeknights. In his room, I just have it kind of like cluttered and messy, and like for his curtains in his room, I used they look like sheets, and they actually came from the werewolf pack, but like I just thought that he was a little bit on the young, immature side. He likes to work out. I think his aspiration is actually the serial romance. So, just a young guy living out what he thinks is the dream. Now for the parents, I have the dad, I believe, like ex-military or retired military, and he likes to fish and, work out, just stuff that I think that he would like to do based off of him being like retired military. in fishing like as a hobby. I also kind of thought it would be cool if, you know, the parents, you know, they obviously love their son, but there's a little bit of tension between them. Like they want him to succeed and they want him to do well. So I feel like sometimes maybe they have a little bit of conflict with the lifestyle that he is living at the moment, and they think he will just kind of grow out of it. And for the mom, I had the idea that she was very close to her children. She's a very active sim. She likes to knit and plays the piano. I put a piano up on the second floor, also off that loft, and I think it looks really good. It looks very classy. Also, they have a really cute kitchen in this house, and I made some of the mom's interests cooking and baking. I also think that this sim is very excited that her daughter is getting married because she wants grandkids really, really bad. I made her kind of family oriented, so I think that she will be super excited once she can get some grandkids and have them over for the pool and bake cookies and, you know, just stuff like that. And if you end up playing with this house, you can put any family that you want in here, and I think it would be like the perfect family home. But now the floor plan is kind of coming together, and as you can tell, the upstairs is actually super small compared to like what the outside of the house looks like, but the floor plan flows pretty well, and there's still a pretty good amount of space in the house. So here soon you'll start to see me kind of get the floor plan ready to go. I did put a downstairs bathroom right there off the entry of the house. The parents have a bathroom in their room, and then the son has one very close to his room. I hardly ever build a house without a master bathroom in the master bedroom. But now I'm just kind of placing the flooring and figuring out what kind of, you know, style I want to do at this house, because at this point I didn't realize that I was going to be using some fun colors, but it was kind of hard to find matching pieces for the downstairs and the upstairs because of the molding on some of the wallpapers. But I found that yellow and I really liked it, and then I kind of just played with it and I got some green in there. So this house to me is like super colorful, and I love the way it turned out. Like I said, this is not my go-to decorations or, you know, color scheme, but I really like it. I did, however, change the door to the white swatch, the all white swatch. And the front of the house changes a little bit too. When I go in to do the son's bedroom, I think I'm still going to change the window that is on the front of the house. I just feel like it looks a little bit too small. So, I'm going to go ahead and probably swap that out, and I'll put that in the screenshots. And I hardly ever use this bookcase, but I loved the way it looked in this living room, and I actually used it. I've been using it a lot in different builds lately. I did add a little bit of decorations here. I did put a mirror, a wall mirror on the wall next to the bathroom, and I love that grandfather clock. I wish I would use it more often. I also made like a little station in the actual living room, because at this point I didn't realize I was going to change everything, but I made a chair that I feel like the dad is like his chair. Nobody else sits in the chair. So I have his little table cluttered, and I think it looks really cute. Like the remote's by him, and it's just the unspoken rule that that is his headquarters. So my original plan was to make this whole area the kitchen and dining room, because like I said, I feel like the mom is very family oriented, so I wanted her to have a big spot for cooking and baking and a table large enough to have everybody over to eat. You know, like I imagine that she cooks Thanksgiving, she cooks Christmas, and everybody comes to this house. So I did want to give her that, but I did change the floor plan around just a little bit, and she still has, you know, the big table, a decent sized kitchen, but I did move where the table is now, and that's where I put the formal like living room. So the new expansion pack will be coming out soon, and I have been so excited to get my hands on it. I've been watching some of the YouTubers do some of the gameplay and looking at the build and buy. So I'm really excited about all of that. I love some of the build and buy stuff that's in the catalog. There's a lot of like boho style stuff that I wish I had in real life. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting that soon. And I actually already started a shell for my own high school. So I will have that up, probably not super soon, but in the near future. So if you guys are looking for a new school to put in your game, keep your eyes open for that. The floor plan that I've made actually looks really cool. I did add a gym. I'm thinking of adding like a computer lab, and then I also have a where they can go into the school. So like they have this big grand entrance, and then also off of that there is the cafeteria is in the front of the school, but I have a little patio. Like, this is the high school that I wish that I went to, but I think it looks really good so far. So I am excited to show that to you guys. I am wondering what kind of gameplay stuff you guys are going to be doing. Like, are you going to have goody two-shoe Sims, or are you going to have little rebel Sims? So in the comments, go ahead and let me know what kind of gameplay you guys are looking for in the new pack. I think I'm going to do a little bit of everything. I want a little rebel teenager, and I want a little goody two-shoes. I am super excited about the cheerleading and the football. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Now, some of the Let's Plays and stuff, it doesn't look as in-depth as I was hoping, but that's okay. At least it's in the game. So that's a start. So some of the just some of the school decorations and things are really cute. I don't know if you guys have seen any of these videos, but if you haven't, I suggest you watch some of them. The game pack to me, or the expansion pack to me, looks really, really decent. I think the Sims team did a good job, and I think that us Simmers, are always going to be looking for something just a little bit more than what they give us. So I'm excited to see how this will actually, the gameplay will work out, and hopefully we don't have any issues like we did with the wedding pack. But yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful about it. I was almost hoping that we were all wrong when we were trying to speculate what the new expansion pack was going to be, that it was actually going to be school for all kids, and maybe the possibility of getting better babies, because I am still waiting for the update with better babies. I need better babies in The Sims. Please give us better babies, because it could be so fun. Like, they need to make some bouncers and some swings. Like, how cute would that be to have that in The Sims? Okay, but anyways, so now I'm working on the kitchen. I used those super cute yellow countertops from, I think it was not Decor to the Max, but the home, where you can like update the home. Why am I blanking? But whatever, you know what I mean. So I thought they were super cute with that backsplash. I thought it made it pop. I do end up changing, I think. Yeah, I took out that oven hood. I thought it was a little too country, but I really like how this kitchen turned out. I do pull some stuff out here for the counters here in a minute. And I used a lot of the country kitchen stuff for this, and I actually sized them down a little bit and raised them up and put them on that cabinet, and I thought those looked really cute there. It just kind of gave it another dimension to make it look a little bit cluttered but not overly crowded. Just some small details to make the kitchen look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. I also add in a kitchen island here in a couple minutes, and I put in a TV near the dining room table, and I do not regret it. I feel like this house needed something and I couldn't figure out what it was, but I just had the idea that, you know, if they wanted to wake up, they're retired. Why not? Why not put a TV near the dining room table? They can watch their news and get a cup of coffee. They can do whatever they please. Now, I just realized that I prematurely put a high chair in the dining room, but I plan on playing with the fiancés more. So I just wanted that to be in the house for when they do have their first kid. And it kind of just tells a story too that the mom is super excited about grandkids and she's planting these little seeds to hurry up and make her some grandbabies. But now the downstairs is kind of coming together and you can kind of see the ideas that I had for this house. I do work on the bathroom a little bit. I did put in a blue sink, which I thought was really cute, and then just a toilet. And then I also put some shelving in there with some sunscreen for the pool, just to kind of, you know, just another aesthetic pleasing decoration to, you know, mimic what the house has and everything. But I did cut that footage just because this is such a long speed build. But now I'm going into the son's room, and I also had the idea that the parents were, you know, like trying to teach him a hard lesson. Like he has the same bed he's had since he was little with the same comforter, and, you know, like he doesn't have an updated room because they want him to take the initiative to go ahead and, you know, start wanting these things on his own. Maybe they want him to move out. But I tried to kind of portray that a little bit, that, you know, they weren't babying him anymore and they expect him that if he wants things, it's on him to, you know, provide for himself at this point. Now, for some of his interest, he is interested in sports, fitness, and, you know, stuff like that. So I did try to portray that in his room. And I did find a stop sign in the debug catalog. So I did rotate that with the tool mod and made it look like it was leaning against the wall. I just thought maybe he came across it or stole it and put it in his room. So I just thought that was a cute little touch for, you know, his personality. So now I'm just working on the parents' bedroom, and their bedroom's pretty simple. It's not really got much to it. I did add a closet, and then I added some debug and clutter items from, I think probably cats and dogs. I used some, I think I took the boat out, but, you know, just that he likes fishing. So I did add in a piece of, it looks like a ship. And I put it on top of the dresser there, and I thought that was kind of cute, you know, just to kind of show that he's nautical and he likes fishing. But their bedroom's pretty much done. I didn't really do much with it, so I think maybe later I even go in and add a side table on his side of the bed and a rug. So I'll make sure I get screenshots of all of that stuff for you guys. Now here on the loft, I don't like some of the lowest wall height doors in games. So if you turn on your move objects cheat on and you just for a minute raise your wall height to like the medium or the large, which I never do the large, just the medium, you can open up the medium wall height doors and they will cut through. And I use that couch to hide it, but I just don't like any of the short wall height front doors. So that's a fun little trick for you guys. I don't know if you guys knew you could do that, but I do that often. But in the loft there, I just kind of added some of the same furniture from the sitting room just to kind of make it match and, you know, look like it was supposed to be there. But now I do go out into the backyard and I start working on the pool area, and I do a little bit of gardening. Now, like I said, their backyard is pretty busy, but it looks fun to me. Like if I had this house and this size backyard, I would do the exact same thing with it. So that's what I'm doing now. And the pool is usable in the deck area. So I thought that was kind of cool. You can see the pool really well in some of the screenshots that I took from the sitting room. So I kind of thought that was just a fun little, you know, thing. You can watch people outside swimming, and they have the grill, they have the fire pit that I mentioned. I did kind of like a built-in type kitchen, just a small one there, or maybe like a large grill. But this house has lots of landscaping, and I did leave that in for you guys this time. I try to leave the landscaping in. I know a lot of people struggle with that or have a lot of questions about landscaping. So for me, I kind of use the same things over and over that, you know, just kind of make it repetitive and space them out. And I mess with the sizing a lot. But that's the best advice I can give you. I do always use like bushes or hedges, and the bigger the plants are, I find makes it easier. So they kind of just take up more space, and it's less that you have to, you know, work in and fill around. Also in this backyard, I did use the debug fence from, I believe it's Eco Lifestyle. And I put that in, and I thought it looked really good. I originally was just going to use one from the game, but the way that the house was on the lot, like there was only one tile available. I couldn't go any further with the fence, and with the deck, the way it was, the fence wouldn't let me put it on the ground level. So what I ended up doing was I just used a debug fence, and I did use the tool mod to kind of push it closer to the house so there wouldn't be any gaps, but I think it looks really cute. And also with that, you can make your yard a little bit bigger. Like you can put it right on the line. So that's what I did here. And I just kind of went all the way down and over to where the house creeps up. Now for the side of the house, I just used, they have posts as well. And because there wasn't a fence small enough to put there, I just used the post and lined them up to make it look like it was a fence. Like you can't really tell unless you're looking for it, but it looks fine. And here for the fire pit area, I just kind of used like a stone patio that I wanted it to look like they did it themselves. And then of course I go in and add some fireflies and stuff like that around the yard. But now I'm just kind of filling in some spots that I think is bare or, you know, need some attention. I think I end up switching out that floaty for like a more mature one. I do add some pool lights and of course some ladders. I think I even add some lights on the decking area, like on the top of it. So I thought that was kind of a cute touch. I also add a table under that awning that they have off of the patio door. And then I do a little bit more landscaping out in the front yard. So I left that in as well. I think I did change a little bit. So I will have all of that, and I've got some screenshots coming up for you. I hope you guys like this build. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel for more. I look forward to talking to you guys. Bye.